I overheard my wife say our baby isn't mine, so I secretly took a DNA test. We all dream of the perfect family, loving wife, happy baby, peaceful home. I thought I had that. Until one day, one sentence destroyed everything I believed. This is the story of how I discovered a truth I was never supposed to hear, and how a DNA test tore apart the life I thought was real. My wife, Jenna, and I had been together for 5 years. We'd gone through ups and downs, but overall, our marriage felt solid. When we found out she was pregnant, I was over the moon. We decorated the nursery together. We picked out names. We cried during ultrasounds. Our baby boy, Noah, was born in December, and I was in love with both of them. Sleepless nights, diaper changes, rocking him to sleep, I did it all. So when I heard that one sentence, it didn't make sense. One evening, I was making coffee in the kitchen. The baby monitor was on. Jenna was in the nursery rocking Noah. And then I heard it through the monitor. "It's okay, baby, he can never know this baby isn't his." I froze. Literally dropped the mug I was holding. Was I hearing that right? I stood there, heart pounding, listening. She didn't say anything else. Just kept humming a lullaby. I didn't know what to do. Or think. Or say. Over the next few days, I acted normal. But inside, I was spiraling. Was it just a random comment? Was she sleep-deprived? Was I misunderstanding something? But every time I looked at Noah, I felt this rising dread. So, I did what no husband ever wants to do. I ordered a secret paternity test. It arrived 3 days later. Swabbing his mouth while Jenna was out shopping was the hardest thing I've ever done. I sent it back, trying not to cry. And then, I waited. 10 days later, the results came via email. I opened them alone. Probability of paternity: 0%. My knees buckled. I just sat there, staring at the screen. I wasn't Noah's biological father. Everything I'd built, everything I felt suddenly felt fake. I didn't confront her right away. I spent 2 days pretending everything was fine, watching her laugh, play with Noah, act like the perfect mom. But it all looked like a lie. Finally, I couldn't hold it anymore. I sat her down. I said, "I know I'm not Noah's father." Her face turned pale instantly. Then she burst into tears. She confessed. A few weeks before our wedding, she had a one-night stand with an ex while we were going through a rough patch. She said she thought she was infertile. Doctors had told her pregnancy would be unlikely. So when she got pregnant months later, she assumed, hoped it was mine. Until Noah was born and she started noticing features that didn't match. But by then, she couldn't bear to tell me. She said, "You're his father in every way that matters." But all I could hear in my head was, she lied. Every day. I didn't scream. I didn't break anything. I just sat there, staring at the floor. I loved that little boy. He still smiled when he saw me. Still reached for me. Still called me Dada. But how could I stay knowing the truth? How could I leave, knowing he'd think I abandoned him? I needed time. So I moved out temporarily. A few weeks later, something strange happened. I got a message from Jenna's ex, the man she thought was the father. He had taken a test too. And the result? He wasn't the father either. What? I didn't believe it. So Jenna took another test, a full ancestry breakdown. And guess what? The lab had mixed up my results. The original test wasn't mine. A month later, we did a new paternity test through a different lab. The result? Probability of paternity: 99.99%. Noah was mine. He was always mine. We cried. We held each other. We held our son. But the damage had already been done. Not because of the lab mix-up, but because she had lied. Even when she believed the baby wasn't mine, she kept it from me. That's a hard thing to come back from. We're in therapy now, trying to rebuild trust. For Noah. For us. For what we once had. I don't know how our story ends yet. But at least now, I know the truth. Sometimes, one sentence can break you. But sometimes the truth, even when it hurts, can bring you back. Would you like the next story to be about revenge? Family secrets? Workplace betrayal? A romantic twist? Just let me know. I'll write it all for both short and long format.